I am shivering. You know why? Because the day pandemic hit, that is the day, and today is the day, this is my first in-person physical appearance. And I have a disease in which I have a tendency of getting infections from people, even if they are coughing or sneezing. So I'm like, okay, do I have to go for this event? Should I? What if I fall sick? I'll spend 21 days in the hospital getting all the IVs. So, but then I was, if not me, then who? How long can I stay inside? And here I am. Thank you so much for having me. Okay, crossing dead ends is my topic. And it is heavy, it is profound. It is, who does not get dead ends? Like, I guess all of us. I won't see a person with disability or without disability not getting it. All of us get it. This is my introduction. I'm 36-year-old, and I'm an emotional and mental health professional. I have a diagnosis of a rare genetic disorder, which is progressive in nature, called cystic fibrosis. I am the only healthiest cystic fibrosis patient in India as an adult. I see kids every month or in a week. I hear a news that somebody passed away. So I'm really grateful I'm here. It's 36, I'm still here. So I do have children, 2 lovely pit bulls, dogs, and they are my children. I was born in Kashmir, brought up in Jammu, did my college from Bangalore, traveled the world, again back in Bangalore. You know, this term, rare, they say it to you once in a lifetime. Almost, everybody must have heard it once at least. You are rare. But let me tell you, I guess people sitting here in this hall would understand the actual meaning, the profound meaning behind the sentiment. And I understand that. Rare disease, rare person, rare this, rare that. So I thought I'll share it with you who would understand it better. My childhood. These are the characteristics of my childhood. A sick child, always sick, coughing, tired, not able to play outdoors, not knowing what do I have. I wasn't diagnosed as a child. I was diagnosed at the age of 21. So for 21 years, I have been sick, not knowing what it was. Was it a good thing? Today when I look at it, it was an amazing thing. Because if I knew what I had, and it's a progressive thing, and I might not wake up tomorrow, I might have not been here. So sometimes, thank you. Sometimes when we think that we should know everything on time, I'm like, just leave it there. Some things are better unknown. We don't have to know everything. Misdiagnosis after misdiagnosis. I tried to kill myself 4 times. Today, if I get a needle prick, I'm like, get away from me. But 4 times, I tried to jump off a flyover. I had pesticides, not a good choice, but yeah, twice. I have marks on my wrist. These marks are reminders of my struggle, of my pain. Sometimes people look at my arm and they're like, love troubles. I'm like, dude, life is much more than love troubles. I was confused. Why am I not growing like others? Why am I not healthy like others? Why can't I do things like others? And how Aishwarya said, why me? This was a constant question. Somehow, I figured out, okay, early mornings are really bad for me. I cough a lot. Don't eat ice cream, Aruba. Don't eat pickle. Asthma, pneumonia, bronchitis, bronchitis, tuberculosis twice, appendicitis, worms. All these were diagnoses for me as a child. And then it was a magic which happened at the age of 21, though it was not in the nicest way. I was relentlessly coughing blood. And I was taken to the hospital, and they said, oh, her lungs are damaged. We need to chop it off, as if lungs nahi the onions the, chop it off. And we shifted the hospital, and they took me to this amazing, amazing pulmonologist who had come back from UK. And I want to tell you, cystic fibrosis is not an Indian disease. It's a Caucasian disease. So India, it's very rare. And he just asked me for one simple test, sweat chloride. And to get that test, they burnt my arm twice because they were not used to doing it on adults. They burnt it, but they got it. They were confused. Okay, I was sitting in a wheelchair. I was unwell. I couldn't breathe well. But they were still like, how can she be alive and not diagnosed, not taken treatment for this? And that is where, again, I say, wo hai na, you don't know what happens. Miracles are there every day. I was there. Okay, they did the test thrice. They repeated it. They got the diagnosis of cystic fibrosis, and that changed life. Now I was happy because now I knew what I have. Now I knew what I have to do. Now I knew what can I, whatever I can figure out. Okay, I don't have to go to the public market. I don't have to hug everybody. I don't have to wear perfumes. I don't have to eat this. I have to take medicine. I knew it, and I was really happy about it. I was really happy about it, but I was sitting in a wheelchair. I was asked not to go out of the house because I would contract infections. I disconnected from my friends because I felt a shame, an internal shame that, shit, I'm not like them, so something is wrong with me, Guilt. Is it what Bala said? Past karma? Is it some punishment to me? Is it that my parents have done something wrong, I got punished? Or I have done something wrong, I got punished? I come from Muslim faith, but I took this treatment, which is an Ayurveda treatment made out of cow urine. And because I was trying to, cleanse myself so that the sins would go away, I haven't ever talked about it to anyone. My family used to say, yaar, badbu aa rahi hai, dur ho jao tum. But I didn't tell them what was the reason of taking that therapy. I took that treatment because I thought, okay, maybe there is something I can cleanse it. For 6 months, I disconnected from the world. Job was gone, boyfriend was gone, health was gone. There wasn't anything. And I was told, you are 21, you will die by 27 maybe, because life expectancy back then was 27. And this was in 2010. 6 months, I really cried. I would find solace in 17 medications I was given. And it had steroids, antibiotics, anti-anxiety medication, depression, anti-depression medicines, and I had self-harming tendencies, obviously, So that was a story by then. But then in 6 months, I actually realized, I thought, yaar, 21 ki main hu, I am 21. I have now 5.5 years to live. Do I want to live on this bed, become bedridden, or do I want to travel? Do I want to go out? Do I want to read? Do I want to make love? Do I want to make money? Whatever it is. Or do I want to sit here? Something happened, and I called my friends and my family. I said, I want to get out of this. I don't want to be this. And to my surprise, I had disconnected from everyone. But they were there. I just had to extend my hand. And that day, I realized one thing. Nobody can help you if you're not ready. Nobody can give you if you don't have receiving hand. You need to have that. You keep your hand open, things will come. You keep it shut, nothing will come. And they helped me. And I traveled. I have understood one thing, and as a professional, when I work with people also, I see that when you have a difficult situation or a challenge or an issue, I don't call it a disability, I just say issue and challenge. When you have that, either you become religious, or you become spiritual, or you become bitter. And most of the people I see, they become bitter. But I somehow thought, okay, let me become spiritual. And I started traveling. Name the ashram, I have been there. But what really worked for me was yoga and breathing. I'm a big Osho fan. I know not everybody likes him. But what he said in one of the things, he said, this is body, this is soul. This body and soul is connected by a bridge. And that bridge is breath. How about you work on your breath? And I wrote an article called, Only Thing with You from your birth to death is your own breath. And it changes with everything. And I started working on that. After that, I met this gentleman. He was my partner. And he didn't see me my illness. He just saw a person who has something. And he told me, he's a very innocent kind of a soul. And he just told me, Aruba, some people have BP, some have sugar, some have something. You have CF. What's the big deal? And it changed everything. That is how I started looking at myself. And I started exploring. And I was like, acha, theek hai. Now I feel little better. And to keep this growth, I need to do something. And I took the trainings in psychology, assisted people, did a lot of charity work. I didn't have any plans because you remember, 27 mein mujhe marna hai, right? So no investments, no future plans, no bucket list. Live in the moment. Every time I'll get hospitalized, I'll hold his hand tight, nice and tight. This is a goodbye. I come back. Every time doctors see my reports, I come back. It's like all confusion now. And I didn't die at 27. Do you understand how upsetting was that? Oh, you might think that, it's a relief. It is not. Because your friends saw you like that. Your people saw you like that. You have a social media image. You write a blog. Everything is about, I'm going to die. And you don't die. It's a confusion. Ab main karun kya? Career mere paas hai nahi. Kuch cheezein hai nahi mere paas. What do I do? And then, on top of that, it was at the age of 26, I conceived. And I am told, if you have the child, either they get CF, they might not survive, or they get delayed development because you don't have enough oxygen in your body. If you are ready with that, we will help you. Society conditions us that ultimately a woman has to become a mother. And if you don't become mother, you're not complete. I would have still taken the chance. Theek hai, delay development, CF, fine. That greed. I'll want to have a child. I want to become that complete woman. But then I thought, I can't walk. I can't carry a child. The child will see me with IVs and treatments and stuff. Is that what I want to give to somebody? And I took a step back. I said no. And I let go of the child. And I thought I will never become mother. But these two changed that. I have not given them birth from here. I have given them birth from here. They helped me stay this person who I am. The days when I don't want to get up, wake up, they don't go away from there. They keep wagging their tail, or come on, get up, let's go out. And that is my children. I am this. Every year, twice or thrice, for 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. I last month had my IV treatment. But I am this too. It's not... I gave some pictures to Hetal. She wanted to run some pictures. I gave her mixed pictures, and I gave her instructions साथ में that if you play them together, because I don't want people to see my disability, my illness, because I am not, trust me. I might be having difficulty talking for long, but if I take a deep breath, I can talk longer. I don't take my life as a limitation. Every day I have to spend 2 hours for my treatment. I don't take it as a limitation. I take it as an opportunity for 22 hours. 2 hours I invest in myself, 22 hours I can sleep well, eat well, do all the things I want to do, and help the countless people I'm able to. So 3 things I want to tell you. 1, acceptance begins with you. You don't accept yourself, nobody can accept you. Even if they do, it feels like a pity. So if you want others to accept you, accept your flaws, accept your weakness, your illness, your sadness, and accept the courage, the strength you have. You know, we see these big, beautiful trees in our cities, and we're like, oh, wow, it's such a beautiful tree. But have you ever noticed how teda-meda, imperfect they are? And yet we find them beautiful, and that is how human beings are. We can't be perfect. We can't be doing everything right. We can't not do mistakes. We will do them. And that is the beauty of it. Second thing, ask for help. Man is called a social animal for a reason. We are born out of a womb and not out of a cell. That tells us how important it is to be in a community, tribe. Find your tribe, but ask for help. You can't do it alone. Third thing, we all take actions, but actions are out of responsibility or out of helplessness. It is up to you how you want to take your action. I have taken my action with responsibility, and I would lie to you if it doesn't still come to me, by me, and I tell myself, if not me, then who? And I know I'm out of time. I'm wrapping it up. I lost a friend in pandemic to cystic fibrosis. I once wrote an article about him, and I asked him, Adi, do you feel tired? Why do you think God gave us this? He's like, ऊपर वाला सर देख के सरदारी देता है, which means God will not give you anything which He thinks you cannot handle. So come on, guys, to all of us. Thank you so much.